Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, Bitcoin analysts expect another big move as Bitcoin price taps a new all-time high of $73,800. Make some noise for that, fam. Also in today's show, crypto gains now reached $37.6 billion in 2023, according to the latest Chainalysis report I'll be sharing with you. Also breaking news, the judge rules Craig Wright is not Satoshi. I'm not surprised, motherfrickers. Just saying. We'll also be discussing MicroStrategy is on its second fundraising ploy this month to buy yet an additional $500 million worth of Bitcoin after they just recently purchased 12,000 Bitcoin for $800 million the week prior. We'll also be discussing El Salvador dropping income tax for foreign investments and remittances. Also, $1 million Bitcoin price incoming very soon, predicts Bitcoin veteran Samson Mow. I'll be breaking down his timeline. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Now, welcome, family. How many of you were on our 14-hour live pump watch where we hit the new all-time high of 73,800? Let me know, fam. Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. Let's get it. Welcome, everyone in that live chat. Corey M, let's go. Silas, Adam, Robbie Keiser, yes, more biddies. That Palestinian, bring it. The coin is going to 60 today. I don't know about all that, but we are currently at 69,000. Seize the moment, buy the dip. It's 4.76%, doesn't even classify as a correction. Pretty much, Nomad. Hello, Consolidation Thursday, says James. Silas, I've been in the rooms full of rack computers, but not ASICs per se. I lost 400,000. Tate says, would you lose 400,000 on, fam? Kevin says, is Bitcoin, what if it was 1 million? I'd be a millionaire. Well, you got to hodl. Eventually, you will be a millionaire. Silky smooth. Appreciate that. Shout out to Paula G. Appreciate you as well. Hello, everyone. Just bought a little bit of the dip. Congratulations, 808 Bear. Relaxing meditation music in the building. Shout out Prem. Rocket ship to that moon, hey. Don George, I was there on the live. Let me know what you thought about it. Give your feedback. Maybe it'll encourage some more people to pump and join those pump watches. Let's get it. I want to see Bitcoin. What does that say? Fam, there is a couple of hours away. Right on, Molly. Welcome to the stream as well. I appreciate you joining the Pump Watch throughout the evening. This must be the last week's podcast. The price is 69. Exactly. Ben Wise, damn, I spent my wad yesterday, says Ben. Pump it up. Let's go. Shout out Little Bubble on the track. Here's a new one from him.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit. People.
You heard this mix? So legendary. Shout out Lock Sky, Pastor JV. Preach. God bless you, JV. God bless Keith. God bless everyone here in the chat right now.
That use fiat currency as a store of value.
68,000 support, says Twizger. Cats taking over Doge. Dogs on Sol and VCat. That's interesting. Let's go, says Vivin. Peach Lemon. Word up. Yikes. 60,000 today. And I ain't got money on the exchanges.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
What's up, JV? Dollar cost average today. Smart man. Get it while the getting is good, as they say. Rida NKA, welcome everyone joining the stream. Hey, JV, discount on BTC. Amen to that. You guys were looking for a discount? Here you go. 69 G's, baby. Which means I could play this clip again.
60 G's, baby!
Gotta love it. Flip, Bentley, what it do? Short and coin is going to be the next big meme coin, says Flip.
People that use fiat.
What do we call them, folks? Let me know in the chat. People who use fiat as a store of value. What do we call them? Let me know.
Currency. We call them poor.
I dollar cost average yesterday. Dang. Hey, if you're in this for the long haul, it's all irrelevant. Sailor's been buying the top for the past 4 years. And yeah, MicroStrategy's up over $10 billion. Bring it.
We call them poor.
You You got that right, Keith Bitboy. I heard Trump might make another stimulus. That's the only way I could vote for him, says Relaxing. Poor, you got that right. Peasant, says Flip.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Yeah, stay away from that fiat currency, family. We should be careful not to call them poor jokingly too much. We could repel those who seek to attract, says Silas. Completely understand. However, you know this is a meme, right? There's a meme track. Shout out to the Giga Chad. And they pressed him, yo. They pressed him. That lady started screaming. People want to sell the crypto. People want to sell it, Michael. Let me rephrase that for you, lady. And now we got a remix on it. God bless the little bubble. Tate coin, let's go. Do they really have a coin? The bulls are eating up the gummy bears. That's just the way of life. You know what I mean? It just is that way sometimes.
There's a name for them. We call them poor.
Too many frauds and scams.
These clowns trying to take us down.
What a guy.
Wow, what a guy.
Dip before the rip. Yes, we're already back above 70 G's, baby. Are you not entertained? Fam, are you not entertained? What up, KCC? Good to see you, broski. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, everyone joining the podcast here today. We're about to kick it off here in a moment. Just want to welcome everyone, so be sure to say hello so I can give you a shout out. I appreciate that. Let me know where you're tuning in from as well. Yes, JV, this stream is for Bitcoin believers. We're not seeking to convert here. Precisely. If you're here, you're a believer, that's for sure. Check out the Bitcoin sound by, who is that? Tony Alto says, crypto colon, back in the 70s, everyone's breath, everyone breathe. Yeah, everyone breathe for sure. Viet N right behind Thailand. Nice. A vote for Biden is a vote for fiat. Precisely, MJ. Honestly, a vote for either party is a vote for fiat. Just keeping it 100. Some would say the system is rigged. What do you guys think? Let me know.
We call them poor.
Dallas,
Okay.
Texas, let's freaking go. Welcome, family. Welcome, everyone joining the stream. But without further ado, if you're new to the channel, important to smash the subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, 7 days a week, just like this. Also important to pump the likes, to pump the stream. It helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Today is podcast episode 1579. I'm your host, JV, and it's March 14th, 2024. We hit yet another all-time high this morning during our pump watch. The new high on Coinbase is $73,800, 80,000 in play. Absolutely. Yes, we corrected some. That's normal. Welcome to Bitcoin. But anyways, let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day, family. As you can see on your screen, we got Bitcoin correcting, but still maintaining above 70 G's, baby. ETH is dead even, still trading at just under 3,900. We have Solana, XRP, Cardano, and AVAX all pulling back and in the red. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, we're sitting on a 2.61 trillion market cap, meaning we're down 5% on the day. The 24-hour volume is on the rise. We're at 152 billion. And the Bitcoin dominance is back on the decline at 51.9%, with the Ether dominance at 17.2%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, we got ZRX. And shout out to DMX, rest in peace. Just rhymes, so what the heck. But anyways, it's up 33% on the day. We have WIF up 25% and Fetch up 11%. Below that, Aptos, WorldCoin, Ajax, and Pepe, as my brother refers to as PP. But anyways, let me know which altcoins you're most bullish on for this bull run, family, in that live chat. And checking out the crypto bubbles, as you can see, a visual perspective on the daily. The majority of the alts are correcting. And in the red, we got a handful of the meme coins, of course, busting out, but that's about it. And zooming out on the monthly, y'all must have forgot. Everything virtually is in the green. I'd say 97 out of the top 100 alts, and some of these gainers are insane, surpassing over 700%, as you can see in your screen. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, we're back at an 88 in extreme greed. Now, why is this metric important? Why do I cover it every episode? Because the higher we get in extreme greed, the more likely of a pullback. Now, last week when we pumped like a mofo, surpassing 69,000 all-time high for the first time since 2021, we were a 90, and then we had a $10,000 correction, short-lived. Within 24 hours we were right back where we left off. But guess what? Today we're an 88, and yet we had what, a pretty small $4,000 correction. But just note, the higher this number gets, the more likely we are to correct. Hence why we cover it so often. And checking out the Bitcoin halving countdown, we're only 33 days away from the biggest event that occurs every 4 years in crypto, and that's the Bitcoin halving. The estimated date at this time scheduled to take place April 17th, literally 1 month and 3 days away. And checking out the time chain calendar. Did you know Satoshi referred to not blockchain, but as the time chain? And then for some reason, it got changed to blockchain. But Satoshi's original terminology was the time chain. So hence the time chain calendar. You can see the block height we're currently at, which is 834,708. You can see the conversion, $1 equals 1,428 Satoshis. You can see the Bitcoin market cap at $1.38 trillion. And you can see there's currently 19.65 million Bitcoin circulating, which is 93.59% of the circulating supply. But anyways, fam, or I should say of the total supply of 21 million. But anyways, fam, let me know where you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to be by the time of the halving in the next 33 days. Holla. Welcome everyone joining the stream. K-Jam, welcome back. I suddenly feel like Lewis or Clark. Who's Lewis and Clark? 88 was the signal for the banksters, says Adam. Whoa, passive, I'll be Lewis and you be Clark. Who are these Lewis and Clarks? It's like, hey, stupid, were you telling me when I was rude to you and punished you aside and laughed? Are you making fun of the no-coiners? Excuse me, do you have a time chain? Exactly, where's your time chain? Why rock a watch when you could rock the time chain is all I'm saying. I want the official Satoshi time chain watch. We just watch the block height and track the price. How's that sound? Someone invent that if it's not already invented. I know they have like the Bitcoin clocks. You can get those from the same company that produces the cold card wallets. Is that CoinKite? Correct me if I'm wrong. But what about a little digital block height? We could monitor the blockchain and all that. That'd be kind of lit. I am Sagagawawa. Who is that? Do you know where Bitcoin's going today? Yeah. Do you know where your children are? Do you know where your biddies are? It's a good question. You know what I mean? Bitcoin down to 60? Oh no. What would you guys do realistically if we dropped 10,000 today? Would you do something about it, or would we just watch it and then complain when it goes back up and wish it goes back down again? Because I'm just saying that's probably how most of the people watching do it. It's like, I'm praying to go down to give me another opportunity. It goes down, but maybe it'll go down a little longer. You miss the boat, it goes right back up, and you're right back where you left off. I guess for marketing, kind of like cloud computing as a branding label a few years back, blockchain tells better for advertising, says Silas. I just got fired because of you. Been watching the stream at work. Congratulations on getting fired. Blessing in disguise, family. Bye, bye, bye. I dig it. Why is everyone saying bye right now? Let's go. No, it's good to see you guys would actually buy, like on the real. I expect nothing less from my audience. Can't say the same for the other audiences. Are there Solo Way fans still waiting for a $12,000 dip? Good luck with that one, yo. An easy Humpty K before the halving. Yeah, I mean, a Humpty K. Exactly. Buy the top, still 250,000, my man. My last Bitcoin purchase was 62 G's. Congrats, Silas. Well done. Price discovery. Amen, Paula. I love re-entering price discovery every day. I can do this every day for the rest of my life. Loving the mini fire sale. I am buying. Congrats. I mean, Bitcoin discounted at 3,500. No brainer. Let's go. And 70 is the discount. Remember a month ago, we were in the 40s? That's right. Beginning of February, we were in the 40s. Bitcoin's up $30,000 in the past month and 2 weeks. Let that one sink in. I am Solo Way. Superman. Let's go. Gareth shorting MicroStrategy. No, is he really? So it's like all the things we know are going to perform well. He just shorts them. He's got to be a plant, yo. Got to be some form of patsy paid off by a 3-letter organization. What are your thoughts? I'm just thinking out loud, by the way. Need to buy or sell, says Game Kira. Do something. Good for you. Living in the what? I just got a 10,000 tax bill. Oh no. Damn you, taxes. Hey, that's better than a $100,000 tax bill, though. I'll tell you that. Have you guys ever paid 6 figures taxes before? I have. Yeah. Sucks, but at the same time, grateful to be in that position. So just saying, be sad and hodl. I'm snorting Bitcoin, not shorting. Oh no, you're snorting the orange juice, bro. Miami Beach in the building. Shout out to Guy. Gareth is just, what does that say? Farming engagement. Faming engagement, says David. Hey, JV, watching from Cornwall, England. Shout out to all my brethren in the UK. All my European broskies out there. Appreciate the support. Shout out Nikki G. What it do? I mean, long or short, says Game Kira. Word. I feel dirty with all the gains. Hey, welcome to Bitcoin, yo. Dirty. Gareth just got a big ego at this point. If Bitcoin actually dropped to 12,000 instead of 15, he wouldn't be so bearish, to be honest, says Destructionist. Paula, I've been paying 27% for a decade. Rip off. That's right. Why do we pay taxes when they can print unlimited amounts of the fiat monopoly money? To keep you poor. The only logical reason, it's not to fix the streets or whatever propaganda they've spoon-fed you. It's to go to war and keep you poor. That's the agenda. Hodling in Coral Springs, Florida. Happy to be alive in these times. Shout out Coral Springs. Shout out Michael Brown. Appreciate your support, broski. Do you believe the market top in 2024, 2025, or 2026? That's a good question, yo. We're going to find out. I don't have a magic 8-ball I can just shake up and, hey, all signs point to yes, unfortunately. I had that, though, as a child. It was pretty lit. I used to actually believe it. But anyways, I think 2025, unless, I mean, if we go to, yeah, I don't know. But I'm going to guess 2025. I'm leaning 60% 2025, 40% 2024. And I'm just focused on 2024 and 2025. You know, I don't know if the bull season will continue as Saylor predicts for the next 10 years, or if it'll continue in a 4-year cyclical cycle with a drawdown. But we'll find out, and that's what makes it so exciting. And I'm not, I'm not going to pretend I know what's going to happen like some analysts do. But Nipsey may be giving a buy signal right now, and the paws go up, and they stay there. Pump it up. All right, the two previous times this happened where Nipsey gave that signal during the stream, we went to new all-time highs within 24 hours. Take that with a grain of salt. Take it for what it's worth. I'm just pointing out the obvious. He just gave us the next buy signal, yo. What do you talk about, G, today? What? G. What are you talking about? Orange Addy, what's that? I'm nothing to be happy, sucking down my bug shake for protein. AAA. Actually, in modern, what does that say? Monetary theory, our taxes are only necessary to limit inflation. It is not a legitimate theory to follow. Appreciate the insights. Cycles say 2025, correct? And Nipsey says buy. Damn, Nipsey, so bullish lately. You gotta love it. Shout out to the Nippinator. Good morning from Australia. Shout out my Aussies. But anyways, fam, keep the interaction coming. I appreciate it. But let's dive into some Bitcoin technical analysis, aka astrology for men. And yes, Nipsey says bye. Look at that. He's looking you in the eye as well as he puts his paws in the... He knows what he's doing at this point. Anyways, family, here we go. Bitcoin delivered yet another all-time high on March 14th as anticipation of further Bitcoin price upside continues to grow. Here we're looking at the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart. Data from TradingView captured a new $73,800 record on Bitstamp, right in alignment with Coinbase. Bitcoin had bounced back strongly overnight, erasing any trace of the weakness seen before the prior Wall Street opened. And Bitcoin dipped again earlier this week and once again successfully retested the all-time highs as support, as Wright Capital points out here. Now, excitement around familiar supply trends continued on the day. This centered on the buy-side impact of the U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs. These saw net inflows of $683.7 billion on March 13th per data gathered from UK-based investment firm Farside. As outlined here in these charts, you can see highlighted March 13th, which shows yesterday's inflows. This far outpaced today's outflows from the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, firmly swinging a supply squeeze momentum in the bull's favor. And reacting, we have Willy Woo, creator of the Bitcoin data resource Woodbull, describing the institutional products as just getting started, echoing sentiment from Kathy Wood, CEO of the ETF provider ARK Invest. Quoting him here, the ETFs are just getting started. Institutional and wealth management platforms will take a couple of months to complete their due diligence before proper allocation begins. Now, in your mind, family, what do you think proper allocation looks like? And I just want to point out, a couple of years ago, BlackRock, world's largest asset manager, put out a report that their recommended Bitcoin allocation portfolio is 84.9%. I'll never forget it because I covered it various times here on the show. Now, if they actually put their mouth where their word is, or their word where their mouth is, or vice versa, however the saying goes. You already know what would happen if a $10 trillion asset manager allocated 85% of their assets under management into Bitcoin. Next level, family. But anyways, also the interest to the hodlers was news that tech firm MicroStrategy, currently the public company with the largest Bitcoin treasury, planned to amass more than 1% of the total Bitcoin supply. MicroStrategy currently owns 205,000 Bitcoin, intending to spend 500 million more, which is actually going to be another story we dive a little deeper into in a little bit. I believe their overall goal is to control 1 million Bitcoin, which would give them 5% of that circulating supply. And just FYI, right now you got MicroStrategy, the largest corporate treasury Bitcoin holder, but you also have BlackRock competing neck and neck. In fact, what took MicroStrategy 4 years to accomplish by stacking biddies, now holding over 200,000, BlackRock just achieved in 2 months, which is mind-boggling, family. Now, despite some misgivings over whether the Bitcoin price action will be able to sustain the current momentum, bullish calls remain vocal on the day. We have Charles Edwards, founder of Quant Bitcoin Digital Asset Fund, Capriole Investments, who forecasts imminent fresh upside for Bitcoin. I repeat, imminent. Quoting him here, Bitcoin's getting ready for a big move. And he also shared or pronounced deep value era for Bitcoin dip buying as having come and gone, and that the ship has sailed. Quoting him again, you had 2 years to pick up undervalued Bitcoin. Instead, an exciting new chapter has begun. So welcome to the next chapter, family. How many of you took advantage in the previous chapter and stacked some biddies? Let me know. Now, it's kind of crazy because I said the other day, I'm like, I don't know anyone else just using the terminology biddies. And I actually had to Google it. And biddies is actually a slang term that means something totally different, which is ironic. You got to look it up. People are dumb as what to think that the halving will take Bitcoin over 100,000. The halving is like 0.7% that basically changed nothing. And Bitcoin went on 450% up. The big players will profit and the hodlers will not, says Space Wanderer. Now, I disagree. I don't believe that the halving is priced in. And every previous halving, what happens? We go parabolic, especially the year preceding the halving, we hit the all-time high. Now, this cycle, things are different. I'll give you that, because we hit the all-time high pre-halving for the first time in Bitcoin history. Also, we have the institutional FOMO, which didn't exist last year. But you let me know your thoughts. I believe if if the halving was hypothetically priced in already, we'd be above 200,000. That's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, family. I bought 1.7 in the cheap days. That's what's up. And how would you define the cheap days, by the way? Because, Max Keiser got started in the cheap days when it was 30 cents. We're going to be touching upon that later as well. You know what I mean? A Bitcoin have nothing that BlackRock hype, ETH hype, having. So let me get this straight, Space Wanderer. What are you bullish on? Clearly not Bitcoin. So tell me what we should be praising right now, in your opinion. Profit Taker says 4 to 5 years, still undervalued. I'd rather buy it at 70,000 than 250. Bitcoin is a buy. Amen, because you could foresee the future. Some people are not visionaries. They can't see what's coming. They can only see what we've previously done. And that's what separates you from the average mofo. You know what I mean? 2022, says C-List. Right on, fam. The halving can't be priced in. It hasn't happened yet. Good point, David. Thank you. What do you talk about? Bitcoin, he goes up today or tomorrow, or he drops to 65. Well, when I go live, we pump. That's just the way of the beast. That's the way it works. It sucks when we can only have face melting, red candles, thanks to Coinbase. If we start... Did Coinbase go down again? When we hit the all-time high? Let me know. They shut down and started the red once again. Good Lord. Anything under 30,000 was cheap. Space Wanderer, Bitcoin is capped at 21 million coins, the most energy in the network converted to the value, and nobody controls it. It's just the protocol. Good point, Eck. David, the cycle is different. Institutional players, the game theory, looming sovereign debt crisis. Yeah, that's right. I bought 10,000 when it was 49 a month ago, and I just got it in time. I can see it go up to 1 million. Right up, Lewis. Appreciate your insights. Novum sum. Bro, Bitcoin is literally pumping a god candle. It's coming for 75,000. Preach, Nov. Happening can't be priced in as reduced quantity. Mine has yet to occur. Good point, MJ. Pump that puppy. Long term, it will go parabolic no matter huge dips where the institutions try to shove off the retail. Bitcoin is the king. All hail the king, family.
Pump it up.
Cheap sats, let's get it. Alistar, is this the dump? Yes. Are you taking advantage of it? Because before you know it, we'll be retesting all-time highs of 74,000, re-entering price discovery mode, and be eclipsing 80,000 before you know it. 100K Fiesta, Puerto Rico, 100K party. Send it. You already know. Open source. Send it. Bitcoin is on sale. Right? If you like sales, seize the moment. I'm telling you, these dips are shorter and shorter lived because we're in a bull market. Is this dump also going to be the catalyst for the alt season? This dump, do you genuinely consider this a dump? How do you define dump? Let me know. We're down less than 4% on the day. Like, I mean, come on, guys. What up, family? Shout out, Serge. What up, Derek? Buy that dip, literally. Yes, Novum, son. Amen to that.
Look, pump it up if your game went long. When the dip hit, you just stay like King Kong.
Space says I'm realistic, not a lunatic like most. It is overpriced and price hanging by a few big players and exchanges coordinated manipulation. I disagree with that. I don't think Bitcoin is overpriced. I think it's undervalued. I think the true intrinsic value right now, like fair value, $250. Show me an alternative form of money with a finite limited supply that cannot be confiscated. Oh, yeah, it doesn't exist. Yeah. Hey, man, love ya. Liquidated my whole Roth from 6 years of work and self of a Bitcoin. Dollar cost average for 4 years. Hashtag winning. Shout out, Jesse. Cheers to that. 22% of the dips. Exactly, Andy. HLV, the dip is necessary to reach the new highs. A dump is 55%. Tell him, Tony. Just a hiccup, says Carrie. Great point. 2% dump. I remember 25%. I remember 80% dump, show. Now it's a dump. This is a dump because those gains were just piled in recently. So Silas, how do you think your memories, Bitcoin, when you can do up to 75,000, your thinks? Bitcoin, yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's all I got to say. Dollar cost averaging, Cash App, ran out of the Bitcoin to sell. A good sign. Supply shock incoming. 3,000 down or up with the price. Just a fluctuation during the day, pretty much. It is overbought, not overpriced, says Blake. I try to buy and it wouldn't let me, says Chris. Are you talking about the Cash App? JV, I keep saying we should be over 150 right now. Exactly. Heard on NBCSN, says Noonan. It exists. It's called Bitcoin, baby. Booyah. Shakalaka. It's digital gold, the best asset of our times. More countries and companies will continue to buy, and the economic revolution will continue. Yeah, I don't think people recognize how scarce of an asset it truly is. That's what people fail to recognize. Because if you understood that, you'd be like, why isn't Bitcoin 5 million right now? I just don't get it. With 700 trillion in total addressable wealth in the world, why is there less than 3 trillion in crypto and only 1.3 trillion in Bitcoin? Why isn't all the money in Bitcoin right now? That's the question I ask myself. But anyways, family, I digress. Let's dive into our next story of the day, discuss some of the gains in the crypto markets reached in 2023. According to Chainalysis, it was $37.6 billion. That's right. Crypto investors returned to gains in 2023, pocketing billions in profits during the year after the prolonged downturn. According to a new report by blockchain analytics firm Chainalysis, the new estimates indicate realized gains, which are profits from selling assets for more than their purchase price, which reached $37.6 billion last year, representing a significant recovery from realized losses of $127 billion in 2022. You can thank Bankman-Fried for that one. And relative to the latest bull market, however, the recovery is modest. In 2021, the crypto investors' realized gains were roughly $160 billion. Quoting Chainalysis here from the report, interestingly, our total gains estimate for 2023 is lower than 2021, despite crypto asset prices growing at similar rates in each of those 2 years. One possible explanation for this could be that investors in 2023 were less likely to convert crypto assets into cash under the expectation that the prices would rise even higher. And throughout 2023, crypto crypto gains were consistent with only 2 consecutive months of losses, which were August and September, when the U.S. crackdown on crypto companies was soaring. Gains soared again in November and December in anticipation of the approval of the Bitcoin ETFs. Now, the United States ranks first in a list by a wide margin with $9.36 billion in estimated realized gains over the year. The UK stands second with an estimated $1.4 billion in earned profits. Then Vietnam, China, Indonesia, India, Russia, and South Korea were amongst the other countries with realized gains of over $1 billion, quoting the report again. We also see several upper and lower middle income countries whose residents appear to have achieved outsized gains, especially in Asia, Vietnam, China, Indonesia, and India. For example, we previously noted that countries in these income categories and lower middle income countries in particular showed strong cryptocurrency adoption that remained notably resilient even through the recent bear market. Another statistic I saw earlier going through some of the headlines and some of the news stories is Bitcoin is minting 1,500 new Bitcoin millionaires per day in this bull market. That's what's up, family. And to become a Satoshi millionaire, it only requires you roughly $700 US at this time. But I will tell you, we may be $1,500 to become a Satoshi millionaire by this time next month at the rate we're going. Welcome, everyone joining the stream. Good evening, good morning, Vietnam, United States, and the entire crypto sphere from all over the world. Greatly appreciate everyone's support. Greatly appreciate y'all tuning in. Look at this volatility, family. We're just in 69. We're back above 70,600 when JV goes live.
More than 5 sats in your stack, then get it on. Had the people on my back to get a song.
We're pumping it up, dog.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it
And
up.
check it. Nipsey's buy signal. Bada boom, bada bing. He nailed it again. How much are we up since he put the paws in the air? Is all I'm saying. Did anyone else see the average hold time for the Indian investors was less than 30 minutes? What? 90% lost money. Are you for real? So you're saying in India, the average hodler was 30 minutes? What are they smoking? 35 days to the halving. Countdown to space. Tell them, Surge. Welcome, fam. Jay Bella, what it do? The best channel. Appreciate that. Shout out to Molly. JV, you're rigging the markets. Oh, no. I hope I'm one of those 1,500 people. Amen to that, Serge. I'm sure you will be if you're not already, brother. Hal Finney thought Bitcoin should be worth 10 million a coin back when it was, yes, that's right. That was 15 years ago. It was actually a fortune. It'll go much higher than that before the fiat collapse. Exactly. We call him a visionary. He can see it when no one else saw it. How do we think we head to 75? Did he do that until the halving? Do you think we'll be up? Yeah, man. We're going to break 75 this week. I should say next week. This week is almost over. 75, 80,000 in play by next week. Easy peasy, in my opinion. Leading into the halving, 30 days out. 1 million is so bearish. Only those that don't know think otherwise. Precisely. Market close prices go up. It's funny that people are so angry if someone tells the truth. You are all really crazy. Please preach the truth. Just because your version of the truth is not in alignment with our version of the truth doesn't make your version of the truth the truth. Just saying. India got good ganja. I bet they must have the hashish. Let Nip take over with some tea. I know. That'd be pretty lit. Guide us to the light, JV. Cheers, Hey Z. Shout out Menendez. What's good, bro? Took profits at 73. When would you add more? I'd add as much as possible leading into this halving. I would buy every dip. I'd buy every top. I'd just keep buying and go on a buying spree and spread the holy gospel of Satoshi with your friends. Shout out to Oregon. I appreciate the sub, family. Question, is there any news with Bitcoin ETFs in the world? Never. Yeah, big. I mean, the inflows right now are mind-boggling from the ETFs. Next week will be lit. Sailor buying 500 million of biddies this weekend. Precisely what he did last weekend. He bought 800 million worth of Bitcoin at roughly 69,000, right? So he's going to continue. 73 tonight. We'll be right back there before you even know it. You're the best. Thank you, Jay Bella. Let's go. Have you seen Peter Schiff? Wellness check at the Schiff residence. Buy 75,000 tonight. Very doable. Did I take your Instagram? Interesting much from Ukraine? I don't know what you mean by that, game. Hey, all. Shout out Jennifer Conk, right? Good to see you, family. How's it going? Long time no see. It's been a couple of hours. Holding women as an asset overtakes the fiat currency? Huh? Sailor, can't stop, won't stop, like Diddy in the 90s? Or like, I won't say that comment. We're on the tube. I predict an hourly new high and a huge pump weekend. Mind-boggling. Send it, Paula. I feel it. There is no second best. Crypto news alerts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pump the likes. You got a good point there, broski.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
There's a crypto asset called Bitcoin, right? I'm not saying Bitcoin is number one. Okay, I lied.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Tell them. Invested 10 in the hammock. The hammock being the trough. Word. Party too hard at my brother-in-law's bachelor party last night. Oh boy, Inky. Now I'm hungover and got to go to the wedding. But at least I have Bitcoin. Well, enjoy yourself out there, family. Enjoy yourself. Look at that pump, bro. Look at that. Nipsey was right on the money. 70,800. Just like that. But anyways, fam, next story of the day. Keep the comments flowing. Let's discuss big breaking news. Fake Toshi is not Toshi. What would Nick Diaz say right now? I think I got the clip right here.
You just shook up the world. How's that feel? Hey, I'm not surprised, mother.
I don't think anyone's surprised, but nonetheless, it's official. So this is a big deal. And before I even read into the story, I want to read you Jack, the founder of Twitter, original founder. Here's what he wrote. I will make certain declarations which I am satisfied are useful and are necessary to do justice between the parties. First, that Dr. Wright is not the author of the Bitcoin white paper. Second, Dr. Wright is not the person who adopted or operated under synonym Satoshi Nakamoto in the period of 2008 to 2011. Third, Dr. Wright is not the person who created the Bitcoin system. And fourth, he is not the author of the initial versions of the Bitcoin software. Any further relief will be dealt with in my written judgment. I guess this is quoting then the judge, my bad. I will extend time for filing any appellant's notice until 21 days after the form of order hearing, which will be appointed following the hand down of my written judgment. And I ask that the parties to seek to agree in order given effect to what I have just stated. That's right, family. Historic news this morning. Craig Wright is not Satoshi Nakamoto, as actually, I guess this was, just today on the 14th. Closing arguments began in London on March 12th in the lawsuit brought by COPA, lawsuit against Wright, an Australian computer scientist who claimed to be Nakamoto. Since 2016, COPA was seeking injunctive relief to prevent Wright from further claiming to be Nakamoto. Wright has been accused of massive document forgery for supporting the claim of being Bitcoin's founder. According to COPA's closing submission, Dr. Wright has been shown to have lied on an extraordinary scale. He has invented an entire biographical history, producing one tranche after another of forged documents to support this. So all you Satoshi Vision disciples, what do you got to say about this now? Yeah, for real. The trial began February 5th. Wright was offered to settle the case out of court January 24th, but COPA declined. COPA founded in 2020 to encourage the adoption and advancement of crypto tech and to remove patents as a barrier of growth and innovation. Its 33 members include Coinbase, Block, Meta, MicroStrategy, Kraken, etc. In 2023, the Wright sued 13 core Bitcoin developers and a group of companies including Blockstream, Coinbase, and Block for copyright violations relating to the Bitcoin white paper, its file format, and database rights to the Bitcoin blockchain. In response to the lawsuit, the Bitcoin Legal Defense Fund shared, for years, prominent contributors to the Bitcoin community have been the subject of abusive lawsuits. These lawsuits are frivolous, but effective. Many developers decided it's not worth the time, stress, money, and legal risk to continue working on Bitcoin. So leads me to this question. What should be the punishment for Dr. Wright and all those involved with this fake Toshi and forging of documents and screwing up all these Bitcoin core developers and going after them with frivolous lawsuits? There has to be consequences. That's my question for y'all. Now, Wright filed U.S. copyright registration for the Bitcoin white paper and the code within 2019. The Bitcoin white paper is now subject to an MIT open source license, allowing anyone to reuse and modify the code for any purpose. A court injunction would prevent Wright from further copyright claims on this. So there you have it, fam. Is anyone surprised? I think not, but it's good that we can finally put this past us Finally. Correct, Jennifer. We are all Satoshi, every single person on the planet, minus Craig Wright, a.k.a. Fake Toshi. That's fraud, bruh. Aren't there consequences to fraud? Like, should that guy not be in jail already? They going to let him get away with it? Was this an insider attack? Was this orchestrated with 3-letter organizations? I'm wondering, was this just an attack on Bitcoin to try to get away with this? Let me know, family. He should go hang out with SBF. I feel you, Carrie. Fraud them up. Satoshi's are us. I want to talk with you because I want to friends with you. I don't care who invented Bitcoin. It is here for all of us to enjoy and prosper with. Amen to that. Relaxing. But there got to be consequences to this level of fraud. You can't let these mofos get away with this, because then it'll encourage other fraudsters to do similar frivolous attacks, right? Where's the justice system? We are all Satoshi. Amen. He paid them off with yes, exactly, with his ish coin. Everyone is Satoshi minus Craig Wright. Amen to that. Facts, family. But yeah, Satoshi Nakamoto is because, and a few others, does not come from academia. Of course, we made a pawn to a queen in a chess game. We're winning. Preach. 50 million Pepe equals 2 cents equals a new wife. Wow. So Tony gets a new wife when Pepe hits 2 cents. Wife changing gains, family. Yes, Jennifer, with tennis courts and spas, says relaxing. Everyone is Spartacus except Judas. It's I, Spartacus. No, I am Spartacus. Nipsey stands up. I'm Spartacus. Anyone know about crypto for winners? I never heard of that one. Speaking of fraud, is that another fraudulent scam there, Misha? I like turtles. Who doesn't like turtles? Satoshi would never, ever want to reveal his identity. Facts. If you don't know that, you don't know Satoshi. You don't know Bitcoin. Not your keys, not your crypto, not your keys, not your cheese. 71 G's, baby. Look at that. Look at that. 71 G's. I bought 100 million worth of at 73, looking to become rich. Do you guys think it's the top already? Well, congratulations if you bought 100 million worth of Bitcoin. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. JB, have you not heard everybody can now identify as they wish? I know, man. I'm going to identify as Nipsey. What do you guys say? Can I identify as Nipsey? That way I can just, in public, I can just, lift my leg and go in the tree. I don't got to worry about these urinals, nastiness in these bathrooms out here. I identify as a Nipsey. Nipsey stands up and says, I am Niptoshi. Exactly, Jennifer. Did you see the SpaceX rocket launch today? I'm not impressed. I'll leave you at that. I know you guys get impressed very easily. I'm not impressed. No the Nip white paper. He ate the paper. Dogs eat the homework. Revealing his identity could come with government harassment, prison time. They would kill him. Let's just be real. Can we be real? If the government knew who Satoshi was, they would do what they did to Julian Assange. They lock him up forever, or they would just knock him or whack him as they did McAfee. Whacked. Wha-ba-boom. Time to show my family that fiat is for the poor. Amen to that. There's a track about it. It goes something like this.
But most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
Michael's like, lady?
People that use fiat currency.
Finish the bars for me, family. People who use fiat currency, go ahead.
As a store of value.
Important to note, as a store of value. People, because we all use fiat, right? But people who use fiat currency as a store of value, tell them, Michael.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Thank you, Michael. Or as the Tates would say, brokies. We call them brokies. All in, boys. Anyways, fam, pump the likes, pump the stream. I appreciate it, family. Let's dive into our next story of the day. Let's discuss this 500 million buy by the man right here.
People that use
fiat currency as a store of value. We call them poor. That's right, Michael. MicroStrategy and its executive chairman, Saylor, are showing no signs of slowing down their Bitcoin buying spree, launching a new proposed offering of $500 million of convertible notes to acquire additional BTC. The business intelligence turned Bitcoin development firm announced its latest fundraiser March 13th yesterday, which will again come in a form of a private senior convertible notes offering. Some of it could also be used for general corporate purposes. As Saylor announced here on X, MicroStrategy announces proposed private offering of $500 million of convertible senior notes for MicroStrategy. Now, MicroStrategy, as we know, the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin in the world, now has made $1.3 billion worth of offerings over the last 2 weeks, including a now completed $800 million senior convertible note offering earlier in the week. That raise was initially announced as a $600 million offering. However, that figure was then bumped to $700 million and an additional $100 million to, basically purchase up an additional 12,000 BTC for their treasury reserve. Now, its current stack of 205,000 biddies is worth $15 billion, with the firm now up $8.1 billion, good Lord, or 117% on its investment. Not too shabby. Do you know people who use fiat currency as a store of value? You know what we call them?
Fiat currency.
We call them poor, family. MicroStrategy is only 5,000 biddies away from holding at least 1% of Bitcoin's theoretical maximum supply. And based on current prices, the 500 million buy would give them roughly 6,850 Bitcoin. So they'd actually hit that target.
We call them poor.
Tell them, Michael.
We call them poor.
Tell them, Michael. MicroStrategy senior convertible notes, debt securities that can later be converted into equity-like stock, will accrue interest semi-annually and will mature March 15th, 2031, unless earlier repurchased, redeemed, or converted in accordance with the terms. The notes can be convertible into cash, shares of MicroStrategy's Class A common stock, or a combination of the two. MicroStrategy stock, which you can see here in the chart, continues to rally, increasing 11% to $1,766 March 13th, according to Google Finance. It is now up 254% since February 6th and has been one of the strongest performers on the NASDAQ this year.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Thank you, Michael. MicroStrategy's rising stock price has been boosted by Bitcoin's recent rally, which has been seen for an increase of 46% from last month, surpassing a new all-time high this morning during our pump watch of over $73,800 per BTC. So there you have it, my crypto fam. What are your thoughts on MicroStrategy selling more convertible notes, acquiring an additional $500 million of Bitcoin like it ain't no thing, and controlling 1% of the circulating Bitcoin supply? And we just smashed 71,000. Poor fiat slaves is crazy, says Cosmic. How do you purchase Bitcoin with fiat? Exactly. One of the ways. Just buy Bitcoin. You might not have full one, but that doesn't mean you should just load up on the alts as an alternative, because not all crypto equals Bitcoin. This is a good point. Some of you guys don't know the reality is one Bitcoin is divided by 100 million Satoshis. So you can literally smash by $5, $10, $100, $5,000, $50,000. You can purchase any amount of Bitcoin you choose. That's the beauty of Bitcoin. You could be in the game, be considered a Bitcoiner just by purchasing some Satoshis, a fraction of a Bitcoin. That's perfectly cool. You don't have to say, oh, I need to be a whole coiner, so therefore I can't afford a 71,000 Bitcoin. So instead of buying, let's say, a half a Bitcoin for 35,000, I'm just going to buy 10 billion SHIB because it makes me sound like I'm wealthy holding 10 trillion of the ish coin, right? I'd rather have one Bitcoin versus quadrillion, whatever the big number is, of the ish coin. I don't know. Anyone else think like me? I'd rather have one Bitcoin than 10 billion of the ish coins. That's just me. Anyone else think like that? Let me know. Buy the dip. There you go. Just trade the Bitcoin pairs. This crypto 420. Did someone say 420? Yes, please. Sign me up. Well, one Satoshi equals $10 soon. $10, $1, $5. Let's go. When Bitcoin is 100 million, so one sat will equal $1. There you go. $100 million Bitcoin, one sat will be $1. Right now, you can get 1,400 sats for one single dollar. That's not going to last long. You already know. Jennifer said it right there. $1 per sat is $100,000 biddy. Send it. You already know. Yeah, the same. So I don't think alone there. Good stuff, independent. 1,000x in 10 years with Bitcoin. Every little amount will add a lot. Preach. I've been buying $20 a day on Robinhood for a year and a half. I feel rich. More power to you. That's a great commitment. $20 a day. Most human beings waste at McDonald's, for all we know, or Starbucks. Get rid of the bad habits and put it into the biddies. Stack every day and you accumulate every day. And it's like building a brick wall, one brick at a time. And then you'll look back at the end of the year like, whoa, the Citadel. We here, baby. Let's go. Does Robinhood have fees? Of course. They're a business. Any place to buy Bitcoin has fees, family. The highest fees are going to come from the ATMs because of the convenience. None of you are bullish enough. Tell them, Jay Beezy. They're not listening. Stack sats, delicious Satoshis, fat stacks on sats, stacks on sats on stacks, right? I think I'm brainwashed. I like it, but I keep thinking Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000 in a God candle. Hey, don't you rather your brain be washed than polluted with propaganda? 20 USD is what the Cubans earn per month. I can't even buy a Cuban cigar with a monthly salary in Cuba. Not a good look. I'd take 1 quadrillion SHIB over 1 Bitcoin. I'd be a trillionaire instead of 71. Well, you know, I was just throwing numbers out there. Come on now. Imagine working 10 hours as minimum wage, but you put your savings into Bitcoin. It'd be like working for $20 an hour. Yeah, getting paid in Bitcoin is the future, especially you entrepreneurs out there. Start receiving funds in Bitcoin. You can do that. Strike allows you to do that. OpenNode allows you to do that. Receive payments in Bitcoin. You get paid in Bitcoin. Just like I receive tips in Bitcoin. I'm so grateful because those little itty bitty $5 tips and $10 tips are now $40 and $50 tips. How cool is that? You want to get paid in Bitcoin, family. That's the future. Work for Bitcoin. You don't want to be a slave working for fiat. What'd sailors say? Those who treat fiat as a store of value, what do we call them, folks? Oh my God. Who's this? Okay, let's be real. I'ma be real. Be real was real. Who are you, bro? Just FYI, the prediction of today's show is for real. It's Samson Mow predicting a $1 million Bitcoin price. If that hurts your feelings, sorry. NYC area accent. You damn straight. My parents are both from Brooklyn. Extreme Italian American accents, Brooklyn style. I have my own accent because I've lived all over the world, but you definitely got the New York side of me coming out here today. Happy Pi Day. You can't stop. I'm bringing the whole thing down. Who is this guy? This freaking guy, eh? Nah, this dude's pretty smart. It's a greater New York City thing. It says Space Mushroom Fuzz. I like your username, by the way. The opposite of poor is roop. You are the best. Shout out Jay Bella and all my good fellas. Welcome, everyone. Who do we got here? Adesanya. I don't care what's now. Hold my small biddies. I know it's going to buy, like, seriously, tomorrow. Yeah, this is a fact, family. Purchasing power of the dollar is mathematically guaranteed to go down, as it has been for a long time, and that's not changing. And the purchasing power of Bitcoin is mathematically guaranteed to increase your purchasing power. So just save in Bitcoin and treat Bitcoin as your savings, and you're a winner. Welcome to the club, family. Same here. Parents from Brooklyn. Live, Long Island. Living in, yes, I'm from Long Island. I was born in Long Island. Shout out Long Island, Strong Island. Please stand up. Yes, happy steak and BJ day. What? You must mean PJ day, pajamas, right? No need to clarify there. One day, in the not so distant future, maybe, no one will care what the conversion of US dollars is. I think you're right, Nick. That is funny, right? Everyone goes to zero against, everything goes to zero against Bitcoin. If you don't understand that, you're going to be impoverished. You're going to be on the street begging like Miss Binance. Binance? Tell us about your thoughts on the top altcoins or AI tokens. I refuse. No, ain't got time for that, guys. Rules for those in the back. Respect the channel. The people and JV. Don't spam the chat. If so, you're going to get knocked out flat, figuratively speaking, by our moderator, Jennifer. You've been warned, family. Oh my God, what he said. There you go. Are they expensive? What are we talking about again? Never been to Brooklyn, but still. Oh, you're talking about the Pet Rocks? Yeah, Pet Rocks. 71,000. You consider that expensive? You can get a half a Pet Rock for 35,500. March 14th, it's a thing. Lambo steak and oh my God. Jamaica Queens in the building. Shout out Jamaica. Jamrock. Let's get it. Testing YouTube is blocking my comments. That sucks. There may be a word triggering something. YouTube, you already know, heavily censored. That's why we also stream on Rumble. That's why we have the uncensored version of the pod exclusively on Rumble. Shout out to the Rumble fam. Shout out to the Pet Rock gang. Let's go. What up, JV? Shout out Lazarus. 22.55 here. Need to go. Need to go to the dentist tomorrow morning. Right on. See ya. Trade well, my friends. Happy times at the dentist. Make sure to decline the fluoride treatment. The fluoride is not your friend, family, regardless what the dentist tells you. It's disgusting. Don't put that ish in your body. Thank me later. I was looking at them for my mom to use because she wants to buy the biddies. Nice. Price is dropping hard during your stream. Cap. I'm calling cap. We started the stream. We were 69,000. We're pumping, baby. Nice try, though, bro. I love my shiny Pet Rock. Tell them, Pet Rock gang, where you at? Anyways, fam, let's dive into our next story of the day. And let's discuss El Salvador, thy savior. Yes. Headline reads, El Salvador drops income tax for foreign investments and remittances. All hail El Salvador. Imagine if, like, Biden ever said, we're going to reduce your taxes. It's just something you would never hear the man say. So respect to Bukele here, yo. The Legislative Assembly of El Salvador has approved a measure to reduce the income tax on foreign investments and remittances from 30% to 0, with no effective limits on the amount. President Nayib Bukele relayed the news on X. Here's what he shared. Congress has reformed our income tax law for international investments and money transfers, dropping the rate from 30% to 0, which is 0, family. That's pretty remarkable. Long live Nayib Bukele. I mean, who does this? Who is trying to reduce taxes and actually doing it as a form of a government for their people? Nobody except Bukele. Prove me wrong. In a separate post, the Assembly Legislative of El Salvador said the measure was approved with 69 votes out of presumably 84. And per the translation from the Spanish by Google, here's what they said. With 69 votes in favor, we reform the income tax law so that family remittances or any capital from abroad is introduced into the country free for payment of this tax regardless of the amount. So now your family living in another country can send money to their family in El Salvador without any taxes. That's pretty lit. Now, obviously, you can also do so with Bitcoin, right? And there's no middleman. Hence, Bitcoin is borderless, family. El Salvador has experienced radical change in the wake of Bukele's 2019 election. And in 2021, he declared Bitcoin legal tender throughout the country and purchased 200 biddies for its coffers. In the subsequent years, El Salvador's economy has shown steady growth. In 2019, its gross domestic product was $25 billion, according to World Data Bank. And by 2022, it reached $32.4 billion. And estimates also indicate 2.8% growth for 2023. Now, El Salvador's 2021 Bitcoin purchase has generated $85 million worth of profit since Bitcoin crossed the 72,000 threshold this week. Now, this most recent tax code adjustment comes after El Salvador removed all taxes related to tech innovation in April of 2023. And as reported, the country passed a bill to effectively eliminate income, property, and capital gains taxes on technology innovations, such as software programming, coding, apps, and AI development, as well as computing and communications, hardware, manufacturing. Hence, El Salvador is the Bitcoin hub of the world. It's the Bitcoin citadel. It's Bitcoin City. and it will continue to do what it do. Now, as a bonus, why Max Keiser is the legend. If you don't know, check it. Personal advisor, El Salvador's President Bukele, and Bitcoin hodler since it was under $1. Here's the receipts, family, because I like to speak about Max a lot, and some of you guys don't really understand how remarkable it is to have this guy as a proponent for Bitcoin the way he is and what he stands up for, what he represents, and what he has done for the entire Bitcoin community. How many Bitcoin millionaires were birthed as a result of the Keiser report? Let that sink in, family. Millions of people. Check this out. December 4th, 2010, Max became the first mainstream journalist to profile Bitcoin. The price was 30 cents. 30 cents. That means you could have bought 3 biddies for $1, family. 3 biddies for $1. Holy moly. And then by 2011, Max was openly discussing why Bitcoin was a threat to the government currencies. 2011, right? And it don't stop. When Bitcoin was $1 in 2011, Max told gold investor Peter Shifty to buy the biddies. He didn't, and now Max trolls him every day relentlessly, and you gotta love it. You gotta love the entertainment factor of the Keiser, yo. And in 2011, Max declared Bitcoin the biggest story of the decade. He was right. You're damn right. And in 2012, Max told Tim Pool to buy Bitcoin. He is now an investor and an advocate. Facts. And at $30 in 2013, Max became one of the first Bitcoin millionaires in the world. Now run the math. How many hundreds of millions or billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin do you think the high priest has? If he didn't lose it all in a boating accident, oops, sorry, tax that. But just point out the obvious. And in 2014, Max gave podcaster Russell Brand 1,000 Bitcoin for free, and he lost them. They'd be worth $70 million today. He also gifted 10,000 biddies to Alex Jones. He lost them. That'd be worth like over $500 million today. Oops, sorry, they're gone. Tax that. And of course, the president of El Salvador gave him a Bitcoin cake on his birthday. I love Max. I love Stacy. Love what they represent. Love their work. Love what they're doing. And then in 2022, Max offered to pay Mexico's third richest man to put a Bitcoin logo on his personal jet. And of course, Max played a large part in orange pilling Ricardo Salinas, who is also a major Bitcoin advocate. And Max went on stage at the Bitcoin conference and did this after Tesla sold. F Elon. Y'all remember the F Elon tour, family? But anyways, let me know your thoughts on the one and only high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser. And let's check the comments, and then we'll dive into our feature story of the day, and then we'll tap into our live Q&A. Because I said I shorted you, put my account on timeout, seriously? I didn't do anything, so I don't know who you're talking about, intelligent. I've been reading the news. Gala will easily hit 50 cents to $1 next 18 months, predicts Adam. Stacy, of course, we can't forget. Stacy, love Max and Stacy. They're my favorite power couple in Bitcoin, hands down. AJ never lost his Bitcoin. He's just saying that to keep crying poor when he is real. You never know. I mean, they're trying to like shake him down and extort him for billions of dollars for some BS, in my opinion. So you already know, guys. Come on. Sorry, it's gone. Tax that. Just saying. Yeah, Bitcoin is not dumping. It's going through a minor correction. Tell him, yo. What happened, asked Jay Bella. I don't know. What happened? Did I miss something when I was reading that? Bukele for president of the U.S. I wish. He'd be assassinated quicker than, JFK. Unfortunately. Max rules. Facts. YouTube is doing strange. Yeah, I mean, YouTube is strange. You said you're calling a cap on price falling. Dude, I'm up 900% on my short. Exactly, JV, says Adam. During 2021, the bull market drops like these were considered small drops. Don't panic, guys. What the frick is up with these haters, my man? It just means we're tapping a new audience, so we got to be grateful for that. We got new people here that weren't here for the past 5 years. So amen to that. Looking forward to more trolls we can make fun of on the stream. I remember watching Max on RT before they shut down his channel. Ain't that some ish? They shut it down. They took off all that content. Wonder why? That's what happens when you speak the truth. And that's why you got to respect people who speak the truth, especially at his level of influence. Think about this. How many billionaires straight up speak the truth, right? Like the true truth that are not bought. I don't know any other billionaires, right? The first two that come to my mind, Keiser, Salinas. I'm sure Dorsey is a billionaire now. There's maybe a handful, but most billionaires are 100% controlled, including former presidents, of course, family. Come on. Let's not be naive. And world's richest men, there's a reason they're the world's richest men. The powers that be allow them to, for obvious reasons. Come on now, right? But billionaires are always controlled. They won't allow you to become a billionaire like an Andrew Tate if they can't control you. So they'll create fake charges with their corrupt judicial system, right, to make you look like an enemy. Shout out Chudy. Horrendous acts. They'll pretend you did, right? 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Transparency is beautiful. Amen. Yeah, Jamie Dimon is corrupt as corruption can go. I mean, of course, he's a billionaire. And I'm not saying you have to be corrupt to be a billionaire. I'm just saying there's only a handful of non-corrupt billionaires. Do you understand that? When you get to that level of power, it's a rarity, especially when you're in the public spotlight. It's so rare. So that's why I respect people like Max so much. It's just so rare to calling out the central banking cartels, making fun of Christine Lagarde and Janet Yellen and Jamie Dimon, and making segments called Hang the Bankers. You want to fix the problems in the world? Hang the bank. You know, how many people be willing to say this? Nobody, right? Nobody has the balls, especially if you're worth, you know what I mean, becoming a Bitcoin millionaire in 2013. You run the math. You guys actually run the math. Sure, I found JB for the last bull run, probably sometime 2018, 2019. 2 days ago, I said we need a 69 dip to buy. Bada boom, bada bing, you got it. They're all corrupt. Of course they are. Tates are huge Bitcoin fans. Of course, I'm huge fans of the Tates. Because Bitcoin's the only asset they can't confiscate from them. They can take the Bugattis. They can take the properties. They can take everything except the Bitcoin. They know that. They're not stupid. Under 70,000 in 5 minutes. Just like it's not just a red crypto day, it's a red market. Hello, New Hampshire. New Hampshire in the building. Hey, does somebody get a new hamster? Welcome. Welcome everyone joining the stream. Pump the likes, pump the stream, and we'll dive into our feature story of the day. I'm just going to sip some water here.
There's a name for them. We call them core.
Pretty much, Silas. Pretty much. But anyways, fam, now let's discuss our featured story of the day. The headline reads, $1 million Bitcoin price incoming very soon, predicts Bitcoin veteran Samson Mow. Here's his timeline on when we can anticipate a 7-figure Bitcoin price action. Here we go. The CEO of Bitcoin-focused tech firm Jan3, Samson Mow, is predicting the Bitcoin can reach that 7-figure Bitcoin price. Mow says in an appearance on What Bitcoin Did pod that the flagship crypto asset can go up 1,264% from the current level over the next couple of months. Quoting him here, I think this year we're going to hit $1 million per coin, if not this year, next year, but it is coming very soon. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Samson Mow. And according to the Jan3 CEO, the existing market conditions are informing his bullish thesis for Bitcoin, as he shares here. The whole setup we have right now is perfect for a run-up. You have demand far outstripping supply, and supply is about to be cut. You know, halving is in a month. The spot Bitcoin ETFs alone are pulling in about 22,000 BTC. So demand is like 10x. Now it's going to be 20x. So the price should really react accordingly. Mow says that the Veblen effect, a concept that states that as the price of the good rises, the demand increases, resulting in an upward sloping demand curve where demand rises in tandem with the rising price, which could also play a role in helping Bitcoin continue to appreciate. Quoting him again, even if that doesn't happen, you have the concept of the Veblen effect. As Bitcoin becomes more valuable, it just becomes more desired because it is valuable. And there is a threshold at which which you cross. I think that threshold is probably parity with the gold market cap, which is about $450,000 to $500,000 a coin. Once you cross that Veblen threshold, you start to demonetize gold because now this thing is gold. Then you start to eat into gold because people see it as equivalent to gold. It's the new gold. And I think the media narratives will say the same thing. That's an important threshold when we pass gold. That's the point at which gold starts dropping and people start moving the value they stored in gold into Bitcoin. Tell him. And to watch the interview he recently did on the What Bitcoin podcast with Peter McCormick, check the show notes below the video in the description. But I want to know your thoughts, family. Will Bitcoin eat away at gold's market cap? What's the gold market cap right now? Can someone look it up? I'm going to guesstimate probably in the $14 trillion level. Let me know. Right now, the Bitcoin market cap is a modest, 1.3 trillion. That means we're going to do another 10x to battle gold. And I think the battle will be pretty triumphant as far as a victory because gold is ultimately the poor man's Bitcoin. Bitcoin or gold? No brainer. Difference, major difference, gold is confiscatable. Remember that Gold Confiscation Act in 1933 where they stole all the gold from you and it was illegal to hold it? Well, if they did it once, your enemies can do it again. With Bitcoin, unfortunately, for the powers that be, they can't touch it, especially if it's in self-custody. That's why we preach self-custody, family. You got to self-custody. Here we go. 14.5 trillion, the market cap of gold right now. Thank you, family. So you already know Bitcoin will continue to eat away at gold, and it's inevitable to steal its market cap and value because the difference, gold, yeah, it's a pretty decent store of value. It's been around for thousands of years. The central banks love to hoard it. We know that as a fact. But what's the difference with Bitcoin? Not only is Bitcoin a superior store value asset, but it appreciates unlike anything we've ever seen before. Because the difference, finite limited supply. True scarcity with Bitcoin, relative scarcity with gold. So would you rather have an asset where they can't print more of, or would you rather have an asset where they'll continue to find more in the earth and dump more into the open market to continue to suppress the price, just like Jamie Dimon's company, JP Morgan Chase, is known to do, and they've paid upwards of over $900 million fines for manipulating precious metal markets? The choice is yours. I'm going to go with the unconfiscatable asset. I don't want the confiscatable asset. I want the apex predator. I want the best store of value, right? I don't want the relative scarce asset. I want the truly scarce asset. I want the only form of money they can't print more of. The only form of money that has a finite limited supply of 21 million. They can continuously find more gold. Do you understand that? Elon could invest money into finding gold on asteroids for all we know and be like, yo, we just found another 10,000 quadrillion tons of gold. Oh, well. You know what I mean? Now, what are your thoughts on that? And where do you feel the Bitcoin price will likely be by the time we eclipse the gold market cap? I think we can easily be in the millions. I want to know your thoughts. I remember the Winklevoss twins. They made the case for a $500,000 Bitcoin several years back, previous cycle. And they ultimately said Bitcoin's going to eclipse gold, and that's why Bitcoin's going to be valued at over $500,000 per coin. I'll dare say we'll be valued at over $1 million per coin by this time. And I think it can happen a lot sooner than later. I think a lot of people are waking up. I think people want to park their assets in the apex predator, right? Why would you want to park your asset in something that's going to remain the same, which is gold? It's been roughly at $2,000 for the past decade, give or take. It goes up and down, of course, a little bit. But nonetheless, Bitcoin has appreciated from nothing 15 years ago, and it's now $71,000 per Bitcoin. And we're not slowing down anytime soon. I can foresee into the future. I'm not psychic, but I have a brain, right? And I can see this thing hitting $10 million per coin, right? Easy peasy in my lifetime. I can see this thing hitting $100 million per coin. I can see one Satoshi being $1. I can see that in my lifetime. Why wouldn't it be with a $700 trillion total addressable market? It's the only asset commodity that, number one, right? Finite limited supply. It's immutable. They cannot change it. No dirty politician can change the code. Amen for that. Not even fake Toshi can change the code. Amen to that, right? Unconfiscatable, which makes it priceless in my opinion, with all the corruption within the governments and the forces of evil out there. It's borderless. You can actually travel with it. You can remember your seed phrase, go anywhere in the world, and no one can take it from you. And bigger picture on a macro level, Bitcoin represents peace, prosperity, and love. Look at the nation of El Salvador, from the most violent, from the most the murder capital of the world. Back when I used to live in Costa Rica a long time ago, they'd all say, don't go to El Salvador. I'd like to visit through Central America. They say, don't go to El Salvador. Do not go to El Salvador. It's the murder capital. It's the most dangerous place to go. Now it's the safest nation in the Americas. What changed? Bukele adopted Bitcoin as a legal tender. That's what changed. And everything changed alongside it. What does fiat currency perpetuate? War, violence, poverty, and all that ish that comes along with it that we don't want, right? So how do we change the world? We get them on a Bitcoin standard, right? Shout out Lock Sky, just gifted 5 memberships to the channel. Congratulations to everyone that just got hooked up. Dusty Tonez, Mar They 2.2, Eric Castro, and Croy Boy. You've all been blessed, as well as Ayo Doe. So thank Lock Sky for hooking that one up. But yeah, yo, there's a difference there. Do you like war? Do you believe in war? And do you like being poor? Or do you believe in freedom, sovereignty, love, peace, prosperity, right? Opulence, and all those beautiful things. The choice is yours, family. Holla at your boy. Now let's dive into some live Q&A. Welcome everyone joining the stream. How many miners have died digging for Bitcoin? 0. Another miner died here in Australia yesterday digging for that old world-ish, old gold can kill. Tell him, family. Good point you made there. Thanks for the gifted. We appreciate it, says Dusty. Thank you. Lock Sky, you're the man. You're a legend, broski. I appreciate you doing God's work as well as the moderator, Jennifer. Thank you. Yes, Lock Sky is the legend. Don't tell Peter Schiff. He will yell even louder. Yes, you know old men love to yell at Bitcoin. It's just a thing. It's what the old men do. Sell the wife, sell the kids, and buy the biddies, says Harry. Preach the holy gospel, JB. Cheers, Robbie. If you want change in the world, you got to get behind Bitcoin. The world's not going to change unless Bitcoin changes the world. Now, clearly, Bitcoin already changed the world, but there's different levels of change. There's a devil to every level. What's the devil we got to take out next? The US dollar. That's the devil, right? That's the satanic force of this universe that's holding us back, and it's long overdue. Bitcoin is the new money. Bitcoin represents freedom and sovereignty. It's exactly what we need in this world. It gives the average individual an ability to actually save. You can't frickin' save with a melting ice cube, fam. What does a sailor say? Those who save or use fiat currency as a store of value, what do we call them, folks?
We call them the poor.
Facts. You should own a bit of gold. I do. I have a gold chain. I got a couple of gold chains. This is sentimental, though, yo. This is my grandfather. I always admired it, and he gave it to me before he died. So this is my chain I rock a lot. I have a few chains. I have some gold chains with sentimental values that I would never sell just because my father and my grandfather gave them to me. But I don't trust the government, family. I have zero trust for the government. So anything that can be taken away from me, yeah, I'm not going to hold gold bars. They can just be like, JV, we didn't like your rant today on, on the tube. So therefore, you're an enemy. We're going to take it. Oh, no. Yeah, try to take my Bitcoin. I dare you. Oh, it's impossible. Suckers. Preach. Yes, show respect, family. Anime in the building. Someone mentioning, don't OD on the gold chains, bro. I'm like Nipsey Hussle in this piece. Sometimes I got to rock 10 chains at once. Let me be, bro. Every dollar has a drop of blood. Facts, family. It's just dirty, that fiat, yo. Dirty, dirty. Trust me, bro. What up, Derek? Cheers, fam. Welcome, y'all joining the stream. We're going to head on over to Rumble in a bit. So are all you guys on Rumble? I want to know. We're going to go to Rumble. And typically half of you guys follow me over there, and I appreciate that. But why doesn't everyone follow me over there? The difference between Rumble and YouTube? Rumble is uncensored. JV can speak his mind and not have to worry about being canceled. YouTube censors the truth. There's a lot of things you can't even comment about. It'll instantly be blocked. And I sure as hell can't speak my mind. That's a given. There's a reason I was shadow banned for a few years. There's a reason they terminated my channel, right? Under false pretenses, of course. And I eventually got my channel back. But there's a reason for that. It didn't just, oh my God, we made a mistake. No, I don't think mistakes happen like that. I don't believe in that. Oh, just a coincidence? Or is it because I'm saying something that goes against their agenda? And JV's starting to get a little larger of a following out here. So you got to be very careful, family. So head on over to Rumble. It's the uncensored version of the show. If something ever happens again to this channel, that's where you'll find me, on Rumble. So it's important. It's vital you create a Rumble account and follow me over there and show me some support over there. Because if something happens here, at least we have another platform that respects free speech and our First Amendment right, which is not respected on all the platforms, unfortunately. I know I'm preaching to the choir. When you go to Rumble, just type in Crypto News Alerts. You'll see it streaming live right now because we're live right now. We stream live every day on YouTube and Rumble. The YouTube stream ends. We continue with the uncensored version of the show exclusively on Rumble. My Rumble link is always in the description, so it's always easy to find. And also, if you could remember it, it's just rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. That's the URL, right? Or you can just open the Rumble app on your phone and type in Crypto News Alerts. You can't miss it. I look forward to seeing you guys there. Let's continue this rant, but let's head on over to Rumble. It's been a pleasure. I'll be back on the tube for the premiere at 10 p.m. Eastern, and maybe we do another pump watch this evening. Holla at your boy. I appreciate y'all. Deuces. See you on Rumble. All right, Rumble fam, where you at? Where you at?
Okay.